Buenos dias, Gunnerz Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some snack habits. Bye, bye. I almost passed last night. Let's get to this intro, man. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humbled and very lucky, right? So last night, I was on a live and, I was on a different platform. I was on a live. And prior to going on the live, I had started to cook some food. And, I don't know about you, but the kitchen is my domain. I get down in the kitchen, right? So I figured I'd make some carne with papas, a little chile, some rice on the side, even though I'm not supposed to be eating too much rice because I got diabetes. It is what it is. A little bit ain't going to hurt me, but a lot of it could kill me, right? So I cooked my food. Everything smelled good, looked good, tasted good. And I decided I was going to go live on a different platform while I was eating, which is not a big thing on that other platform, right? So I went live and something happened during the live. Now, let me explain to you guys before we get into all that. About 2 days ago, I had went to the store to go grocery shopping, right? And usually what I do is if it's things like ribs, chicken, whatever, I'll buy it fresh, throw it in the freezer. And when I get to it, I get to it. But if I'm going to make meat, in particular proteins, meat that day, then I buy the food for that day, right? And, I'm a cheapskate. I'm Mexican. I'm always looking for the best deal. Mexicans always looking for everybody's looking for the best deal, but I'm a Mexican looking for the best deal, right? And I see some meat that's on sale, just some regular carne cut up, carne asada, right? I say, oh, shit, here we go, right? I could afford this. I can't afford that shit. That's $30 a pound, but I could afford this. And so I got me just a little packet of meat. It was already all cut up. Excuse me. I don't feel well, right? And I got me some meat cut up, and I went home, paid for it, went home, figured it's in the grocery store, it should be fine. And I threw it immediately in the freezer with the rest of the things that I bought. And I figured out I'll cook it in a couple days when I feel like eating that. So last night was the night. I was like, yeah, little carne, chile, papas, whatever, little recipe, old school recipe I've been making for years. And I usually smell the meat before I cook it just to make sure, because you got to be on point nowadays. You know. After that Rabbi Finkelstein said what he said, I check all my carne, right? So I'm checking it, bam, everything's good. And I cooked it last night. And so for the first time ever, I decided, well, not the first time ever, because I ate menudo the other day on the live, but I was like, you know what, on that platform, I'm going to eat while I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. Well, guy, right? I'm going to do that. And so I'm eating. I take the first bite, and I'm conversing with the people on live, trying to be entertaining at the same time I'm grubbing because I haven't ate all day. And being a diabetic, man, I'm supposed to eat right, take care of myself. I try the best I can, but sometimes it's just a little too much, right? I eat a little too much. But anyways, I'm eating, and as I'm eating, I'm about 4 or 5 bites in when all of a sudden I feel something. Something switches. And I looked down at my food, and it didn't have a bad taste, didn't have a bad smell, a smell like it always does, tasted like it always does. But it wasn't even my stomach bubbling. It was something just like, you ever got that feeling in the back of your throat when you need to, like, it gets watery, like you need to throw up, like immediately, especially when you're like swirling, when you're faded or something. That's how it felt, right? And so I'm live. My body's telling me, my brain's telling me, hey, you need to get up and go to the bathroom immediately. Something bad's happening, right? So I didn't have the chance last night to stop the live or anything, because I figured, okay, maybe let me go get some water, wash my face or something, come right back to the live. And so I left the live running, and I got up and I went to the bathroom. Immediately, as soon as I got to the bathroom, my body started shaking. I started throwing up, started throwing blood up. It was pretty bad, right? Very, very bad. Bad enough where I had to stumble back into the office and shut the live down without letting anybody know my situation, right? I thought, okay, I'm a tough guy, I can get over this situation. And then I looked in the mirror and my face looked like this, right? I don't know if you can see it real good, right? But it's swollen, it's purple, it's bad, right? That's why I'm wearing these glasses. It's horrible, right? It's horrible. So immediately I called a friend of mine whose father's a doctor. And she immediately came to the pad, quick, boom, slid over because she was in the area, right? At her homegirl's house. She came over and she was like, hey, wow, let me call my father. He lives out of state and stuff. And she called him and started diagnosing me, right? Sent him a picture of how I looked. And believe me, this how I look today is not how I looked yesterday. I was fucked up bad. Very, very bad, right? And my whole face was purple. Like I said, I was throwing up blood. And it was real bad. So she called her father. Her father diagnosed me with some type of allergic reaction or a poisoning. And I had to go to the hospital and get all kinds of blood work done and get looked at. And what happened was that meat that I had bought was tainted. That's why they put it on sale. They already knew that it was not good or that it was about to spoil. And my body, thank God, because of the medications I take, and just because I got diabetes, but I'm healthy. If you understand what I'm saying, I take care of myself. My body rejected that food, which is a good thing, because if it would have got digested, it could have got in my bloodstream. It could have been done. But I felt like I was done. My breathing was labored. Like I said, my whole face changed. Everything was bad. And so I did go to the hospital on the ambulance and all that. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? They said I got lucky that my body rejected it, because I could have got some, I don't even know the term for it, but if it would have went in my bloodstream, could have been fatal, very fatal. But this was just, thank God it was an allergic reaction, and my food, my body reacted to that food. And so, yeah, last night, my eyes were puffed up. You can see in the thumbnail, it was pretty bad. And that picture doesn't do it no justice how it really looked. It was horrible, still horrible. So I've only had this one time before where my face looked like this, right? And yes, so an allergic reaction and all that. But let me explain to you what happened prior. 2008, I believe it was 2008. I was in New Corcoran prison. I was in gym living, which is, they converted the gym into like a dorm, right? And it's a level 3 yard. And I'm doing my thing on the yard and like normal. And one day I went, what they have is right when you walk into the gym, on the right-hand side is the latrine area, which is, they have all the sinks that are right there, the showers, the toilets are on the other side of the sinks. So you get a little bit of privacy. You don't get much privacy, but you get at least blocked from the dorm, right? Shit still stinks. And so I remember one day there's these mirrors and I'm washing my face, which is a regular day, right? Washing my face. And I noticed my face blotched up a little bit, just like a little blotch here and there. And I'm like, damn, I got a pimple. What's going on, right? So I told my homeboy Chino from Sacra, that was my bunkie, right? I was like, bro, I look different or what? He said, no, you still look stupid. I said, yeah, I know that, but like, do I look different to you? And he was like, nah, I don't notice nothing. I'm thinking my mind's playing tricks on me, right? It's all in my head. So I'm like, man, I feel like something's bad with me, right? So I go back to the bathroom like maybe 20 minutes later, and I just walk over there. I look in the mirror, and now my face is really red. It's getting worse. So I'm like, man, fuck that. There's a podium right there with the COs. There's usually 2 COs in the building. One's walking around doing his thing, or they're up there just bullshitting, but one stays at the seating at all times. Then up top, opposite side, they have a catwalk, right? It's a big cage where they have a person walking back and forth so they could oversee the dorm and what's going on. And so I tell the cop, he don't even look up. He's doing some writing. I'm like, hey, man, I think I need to go to the infirmary. You know what I'm saying? Something's going on with my face. I don't know what it is. And he's like, nah. He don't even look up at me. He's like, nah, you're good, man. Go back to your bunk. That's how they're cold-blooded like that, right? And I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be assholes. They're not going to send me. I can't force them. So I go back to my bunk. And then I'm sitting there for about 10 minutes in my bunk. He jumps off his bunk and he tells me, hey, bro. And he looks at me and he goes, oh, fuck, bro. What the fuck, right? And I go, what? He goes, have you seen yourself? I said, plenty of times. What's going on? He was like, bro, go look in the mirror. So I look and I'm like, oh, man, my whole face was purple, swollen, just all bad, right? Looked like I got kicked in my face by Wolfie from Maravilla again, right? I'm like, oh, no. So I went up to the podium, and this time the other officer was there bullshitting with them. And I tell the same cop, I'm like, hey, Sarge, I need to go to the infirmary. Something's going on with me, right? And he's like, yeah, man, you'll be good. And then the other cop sees me and goes like, oh, fuck, right? And I go, what's up? He's like, man, this guy, we need to take this guy to the infirmary ASAP. So they did. They took me out. So they took me to the infirmary. And they're like, we're going to take him to the hospital outside of Corcoran, New Corcoran. There's like a main hospital. And then they have ADSEG and all that, right? So they took me there. And they said it was an allergic reaction. They never knew to what, right? So they gave me the little Benadryl and whatever else they gave me to help me. And within a few days, I was good. See, but last night was something different. Last night was actually food poisoning in the worst way. You know, that's why I'm wanted to make this video to let you guys know. You guys have to, when you go shopping or you do consume anything, check the labels, check the dates, watch out. You know, especially if these places meat's on sale. Meat should never be on sale. It is what it fucking is. That's it. Why are you selling meat cheaper than what it nationally goes for? Right? That's because something's wrong with it. See, and I know these things, man. But when you're a cheapskate like me and you're just trying to eat on the low for the cheap, right? You don't pay attention. A lot of people see meat, it says reduced. And it has that big yellow sticker, and it's meat that's $30, but now it's $8.95, and you're like, oh shit, that's a steak for $8. Run that, right? Yeah, well, run that. That's how you look. Look, I'm gonna back up. Run that. And my face was worse yesterday. It was totally purple. I couldn't breathe. I was shaking, throwing up blood, and not just a little bit, a lot of it, right? But that was my body, like I said, rejecting that poison. So I just want to tell you guys, you know, anything could happen. And I was live, you know, and there was people concerned, like, oh, you never came back. See, everyone's doesn't know what's going on. They see people like myself, content creators or podcasters that are doing lives, and things can switch up just like this. You know, you never know. And then a person's like, because I was shocked. I was like, just feeling myself, bumping my music, eating, happy, like I'm having it my way. And just that instant, it wasn't like I felt like Oscar, like what the hell happened? And I knew it right from the gate. I looked at the food, like, what the fuck is this, right? Went to the bathroom. It was bad, very, very bad, right? So, you know, saying you guys almost done Last Gunner, man. I know there's a bunch of haters like, fuck, hey, we almost had him. No, you didn't almost have me. The fucking tainted meat almost had me. But you guys would have been happy. But I'm good. I'm back. I'm not 100%. I don't feel good this morning. I'm tired. I still feel sick. I had to stay in the hospital all night long of bullshit with a bunch of bullshitters, right? For them just to tell me, it's just an allergic reaction to some food. Well, I know that, motherfucker, but what you going to give me to get my face back right? You know, throw some glasses on and a hat. Well, I do that all the time anyways. Well, then you'll be perfectly fucking fine, right? Or will I? So you never know. You got to listen to your body. You got to watch what you consume, watch what you eat. These are facts, okay? When I was in prison, you know, luckily last night, I got a good friend and I got people that, you know, care for me and people that are concerned so I can make shit happen. But when you're in prison, like I was in prison when I had an allergic reaction, you know, it's all on the popo, man. Well, if he's willing to take you. I remember one time, true story, my homeboy Capone, right? He had a toothache. And anyone that's ever had a toothache, they'll tell you that's the worst shit in America. That's why when Dubs had his toothache, I was telling him, hey, bro, you got to go. Me, I'm going to pull that motherfucker, right? Not, oh, I'm going to do a crown and I'm going to do a root canal and I'm going to pull it, right? I tell I used to go to this Asian dude. He's like, oh, what do you want me to do for your tooth? I could put a crown. I could fucking put filling in. I could save your tooth. Save it? Motherfucker, pull it, right? That shit hurts. Get rid of it. Throw it away. I don't care. No, but it's only chip. I could put thing back for chip. I said, well, how much is that? $35,000. Pull it. That's $70. And like, come on, man, I'm cheap. If I'm eating cheap meat, motherfucker, I need cheap teeth as well to eat that cheap meat. So I'm like, pull my shit. But anyways, the homeboy's his shit was hurting. It was like all swollen on his jaw, and we're in the oil. And he tells, you know, at SEG, he tells the fucking the nurse when she goes by for a pill call, hey, I need to talk to you. She's like, I'm busy. She's doing pills. And he's like, man, fuck all that, man. I need to talk to you. My tooth, I'm in pain. She goes, the dentist's not in until Monday, right? Not even looking at him, didn't even care. This is prison. Anyone that's been in prison will tell you the doctors, the nurses, there's some cool ones, but a lot of them don't give a shit. They're getting paid like 6 times what an average doctor get paid. So they're just getting their money and they don't give a shit, right? And he's like, man, come on, I need help. And she leaves and she goes up to the top tier. Then when she comes back past the bottom, he said, bitch, look, I will find your family and I will do horrible things to you guys. I'm telling you right now, I need help. And that kind of concerned her. So the CO comes up, are you threatening her? He said, yes, I am. I'm doing whatever the fuck it is I have to do. And the CO, he goes, look, and he shows his fucking jaw swollen about that big. And the CO's like, hey, we need to help this guy. So he goes and gets another fucking sergeant, and they come and they take him. This dude had a sheet, a bed sheet. He was all balled up and it was just covered in sangre, just red from him chewing on it all night, trying to relieve the pressure and the pain that was going on. It was bad, man. He was going delirious, way out of it. This dude was the calmest, coolest homeboy, just relaxing, just normal. But he was like in a major way. They went, pulled his shit. He came back a couple days later, was happy than a motherfucker, right? So prison is definitely a situation you don't want to be in when you have a medical condition or something going on, because a lot of people are like, oh, you get good health care in prison. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll believe that. I've been through that. You know what I'm saying? You might get some free glasses or you know what I'm saying? Something, they stick your finger in your butt, but I'm going to tell you right now, man, it ain't what you think it is. Anyway, so last night, man, thank God I'm still here. I know that hurts a lot of people's feelings that hate me or that hate on me. It's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be some spoiled meat that gets me. But yes, pay attention to your body. Watch what you guys eat, man. I implore you guys, because it was almost done last night. I'm telling you, I was like going in convulsions, fucking face purple and blotched up and all that. And the doctor said, yeah, what happened was you ate some meat that was spoiled or bad. They sold it to me like that. Do I got a lawsuit? Let me know. Lawyers, reach out, right? Because we'll get our money. Anyways, yeah, I'm just happy to still be here. Like I said, I don't feel great right now. I'm still doing content because that's what a content creator does. The grind never stops. But I wanted to do the video to let you guys know that I'm all right. There was a lot of people concerned that were on the live on the other platform, and I just ended it. I just ended it. I had to stagger back into the office and not even get back on camera because the way I was feeling, my eyes were like bloodshot. You felt like, remember when Arnold in the movie, what's the movie fucking, I don't know if it's Running Man. No, it's not Running Man. It's Total Recall. And his eyes are all fucking, that's how I felt. Like Arnold, right? In that movie. Came out that motherfucker looking like Quado. Come closer. Come closer. Yeah, nah. The motherfucker with the arm. Remember the motherfucker brother pulled his shit off and he was throwing up crip? Remember? That shit was crazy. Anyways, with that being said, man, that's what went on with me last night. I'm fine for all the people that do support me. Thank God. And yeah, I guess at the end of the day, man, I ate some meat that was spoiled, no good. And immediately, thank God, my body rejected it. Because if your body doesn't reject it and you start to digest it, then it could get in your bloodstream, and then it could be a whole nother fucking problem, right? I'm fit, so my body, and when I say fit, I'm not swole like fucking Wes Watson going all crazy. Cook for me. I only want protein shakes. Nothing like that, but I'm healthy, right? As far as taking care of my body. So my body was able to reject it, and everything's good in the hood, man. Thank you guys for all the support. People that did tap in, that was like, what's wrong? I let them know what was wrong. And people that didn't, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. I'm still here. I'm still standing, barely, but I'm still standing. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that still wears this crown. And I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people, man. This video right here is sponsored by Vario Liquors in Turlock, California. If you're ever in Turlock, if you're ever in the area of the 209, the Central Valley, go tap in with the homeboy Lali from Vario Liquors and go show some support to the local businessman and the best Vario and the best liquor store in the Central Valley. Also, this video is sponsored by Sticks and Stones Yard Service out there in Arizona. Go support small local businesses. Have the homeboy pull up and take care of your yard, man, since your lazy ass won't do it, right? The homeboy got you, man. He got you on the low, too. Thank you guys again for all the support, man. I was scared's not the word for it last night. I was very concerned. It was alarming. And listen to your body. Take care of your temple. Okay, take care of yourselves because you don't know, man. So I'm a diabetic, man. I go through my issues every single day, whether I show it on camera or not. That's why, if you noticed, I've been doing a lot less content. I don't feel right. I don't feel good, So, and the drinking and all that, man, it does not help. But, I'm saying I'm a man and I make my own decisions. And that just is what it is, So just take care of yourself, man. That's all I got to say about that. With that being said, thank you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. I've been getting a lot of issues and a lot of people saying that they're not getting my notifications. I understand and I know why. That's because YouTube puts your videos on personalized or doesn't put notifications on. You have to go into your channel and put notifications on all so that way you get abreast of all your favorite content creators' videos, especially mine's. Thank you guys. This is the gun. I'm still here, haters. Bang, bang.